Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. You know where we have to start? I didn't check them.
1390.
Huh?
We did the
13, we are 66th verse we are starting.
oh yeah starting.
We are starting, right?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Did we complete it though?
65.
80 तक किया था ना? 65 में till 80. Just one moment, I'll check the. We're just talking where we are. Gyaneshwari. 85 till 85 we are done. 85. Okay. Yeah. So here he was saying, we are in Gyaneshwari, chapter 18, verse number 65, OV number 1386. And what we saw last week was, Bhagwan is telling Shri Arjuna, when a person worships me with true devotion and realizes that I pervade all things, then he drops his egoistic feeling and becomes myself. These wordings are not right. He drops the ego. You cannot drop the ego. He becomes myself. You cannot become Bhagwan. You vanish. Just like the salt doll, when it jumps into the ocean, it vanishes just because it has taken the jump. So all you can do is take the jump into the divine, contemplate on the divine. That the verse was, no? Man mana madbhaktaha madhya jimam namaskuru. So that was the verse. So he says, look, you worship me, you remember me, you fix your mind on me, and you will merge into me. It's not you will become me. It's not that. So we have to take that with a pinch of salt, the English translation. So here he says, so I have explained to you the method by which one acquires knowledge through actions and ultimately attains to me. Again, remember one thing, through actions, what happens as a result of action? Only one thing. Karma is for purification. Bhakti is for
Unification.
huh?
Unification,
Unification with what?
not unification, modes.
You can say unification with the totality
Totality, but
or
Lost
bhakti,
yourself.
but how will it come about? Bhakti means what? Single pointedly, ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate. You, as a result of purification, automatically your mind will be pulled towards the higher things. And that is bhakti. And you will have darshan, you will have glimpses, you will have lot of things will happen. But if we are oriented like Gyaneshwar Maharaj is, then we will go even beyond that. See? And what is that? We will understand. There is nothing going beyond that. We will understand that it is that one which appears as the total, and in total all the multiplicity is
superior.
manifesting and unmanifesting. And what is the material out of which the whole multiplicity is? It is made out of that Bhagwan itself. The material is Ishvara. The creator is Ishvara, the maintainer is Ishvara, and when it goes back, it is still Ishvara. Actually speaking, nothing has happened, yet everything has happened. Ishvara has not changed because creation has taken place. Ishvara has not changed because the creation has come back into to merge with it. Just like water remains water, even if the wave gets created and the wave goes back. So exactly the same way. This is a different type of, different level of understanding which maintaining individuality, maintaining that I am the body, we cannot even, we are understanding, yes, but we don't, we haven't had the experience of it. To have the experience of it, I'm using this word because we will understand the word experience, otherwise we will not even try it. To have the experience of it, you have to merge with it. When you merge with it, there is no experience. Because the one who wanted to experience, he vanishes. Like the salt doll who wanted to see the depth of the ocean, vanishes. Now who's there to know what is the depth of the ocean? It is one with the ocean now. So same way, the bhakta also, the devotee also is one with the Ishvara, and Ishvara is one without a second. And what is the rule of the Ishvara? All in one and one in all. What is the relationship between the ocean and the waves? Ocean's attitude is, if it has an attitude, it is all that there is. He says, I am in all the waves and all the waves are in me. The gold says, I am in all the ornaments are in me. The mud says, I am in all the pots are in me. See? And what do we feel as an individual? I am only this body. Are we saying, I am in all the bodies? Sahasra Shirsha Purushara. That is true. That will come if we do the karma properly, if we have purified our mind through karma. And what was karma? It was told here. Do all actions for my sake. That's all. You don't have to remember chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, chapter 6. You don't have to remember. He said, this is the crux of the entire Bhagavad Gita. He said, I'll give you in a nutshell. So what is that? How to do karma? Perform everything. Take every breath, take every speech, make every action for my sake. Then what will happen? Automatically your attention will remain on him. It will not be on action. And who is he? He is the infinite. He is the totality. So you will automatically, you are going towards him within yourself. He will transform the vision for you. So I have explained to you the method by which one acquires knowledge through actions and ultimately attains to me, O son of Pandu. First, he should propitiate me by dedicating all actions to me. This I have already just now said. Then he will attain to my knowledge through my grace and become merged in my divine form. Understand, knowledge does not come from books. Knowledge does not come from the speech of the teacher. It does not come from it. Then where does it come from?
Grace.
Grace, yes. He said though, tell more clearly. Yes, Shailendra.
Within.
Within, okay. Within is also very airy-fairy. You have to explain. Just by saying that, it doesn't satisfy me. So where does knowledge come from? If it doesn't come from the scriptures, if it doesn't come from the person who's speaking about
It
them,
comes from the within. It is already there only.
within where?
Understand ourselves.
Ego cannot understand. Ego is the
Within
most...
conscious principle residing in
Consciousness. Chit means knowledge, means you are of the nature of knowledge. Who is living a hypocritical life that I don't know and I have to gather knowledge. And you are of the nature of knowledge. And then when we tell you, you are of the nature of where am I, you don't know. So we say, okay, don't get flustered, focus your mind on God. So you have a form of God or the name of God, and once you understand, once you start respecting and revering God, the principle of totality, then automatically that totality is also Satchidanand Swarup. The Paramatma is also Satchidanand Swarup. The Atma is also Satchidanand Swarup. All of them are the same. The life which is expressing in me is the same life which is expressing through you. It's not separate. The light which is expressing through this bulb, the principle of light, is the same principle of light which is expressing through this bulb also. So same way consciousness which is expressing here is expressing through everyone. Ego cannot understand this. It is making a fool of you right now because, oh yeah, I got that. So the one who is saying, yes, I got it, is not the ego. It is you, the real one. Because it's resonating. It's resonating with your true nature, these words. So you are accepting because you know that. You are that. See? So when Bhagavan says that, then he will attain to my knowledge through my grace, because your mind has become single pointed on the Lord. First was action. Perform all actions to me, he will gain the knowledge. How will he gain the knowledge? His mind will become focused on the Lord. When the mind is focused on the Lord to the exclusion of everything else, the mind is pervaded by the divinity, isn't it? Let it be the form, let it be the name. Whichever way. Let it be Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Om Namah Shivaya, or the form, whichever. And as your mind is taken over by the Lord, by the divine, then divine is Satchidanand Swarup. It is all existing, it is all knowing, it is all bliss. When your mind is totally taken over, there is no iota of opportunity for any other thought of the world to come and create a disturbance in your mind, then such a mind is completely, fully permeated homogeneously by the divinity. Then there is no individuality. Then this mind, this individual mind has merged into the total mind of the Lord. See? And this is what this is grace. It's not that I am becoming I am becoming one with the water. Yes, we begin that way, initially. And how do we perform actions for his sake? Oh, but I can't remember every time when I'm doing, I'm cooking, I'm walking, I'm driving, I'm this, that. Okay, keep taking his name. Taking name is also an action. It's karma. What are the organs of action? Speech, hands, legs, anus and genitals, isn't it? So speech is action, karmendriya. So take his name and feel, have the bhav that this name is coming in your mouth by his will, not your will. He is making you do it. He is making you take the name. He is calling your mind to him. Have this bhav. Rather than, oh, I forgot, I did not do it again, and feel guilty and feel frustrated. No, call out to him. Bhav is very, very important here. Then he'll, where are we? And become merged in my divine form. What I am saying is thrice true. Bhagavan is thrice true because he says this is the ultimate. See? So thrice can be taken. See, we say Shanti, Shanti, Shanti thrice. Adi Bhautik, Adi Daivik, Adhyatmik thrice. Sattva Rajas thrice. Waking dream, deep sleep thrice. What else is three? Waker, waking world, waking experience thrice. Threesome. All this is threesome. Huh? The left eye, the right eye, the sun, the moon, the sun, and the divine eye. Again thrice. What else? What did? Huh?
the three form of desire.
No, don't go into desire, man. We are talking about the threesome where Bhagwan is saying, I am threesome. Okay, if you want to, I'm thinking I reacted there, but if you want to say threesome, those three desires are Lokeshna, Putreshna and Vitteshna. But here we are not going into that. We are talking about Bhagwan is reiterating that 3 times I am confirming for you that there is nothing. For us, what is creation? What is creation for you? At this moment, what is creation for you?
The divine.
Does that include everything? Have you seen divine? What is your experience of the creation at this moment? This is all iffy.
Mind. Anything seen through the mind.
Okay. Your experience of creation is on a daily basis, waking, dream and deep sleep. This is your creation. Waking creation, dream creation and absence of the 2. 3. I confirm it thrice, means in all the 3, I alone am the truth. You will not get carried away by any waking experience, you will not be adulterated by any dream experience, and you will not fall into the clutches of ignorance in deep sleep. This is the assurance that Bhagwan is giving. So when I ask this question, this should come straight away. Creation means the waking, dream and deep sleep, which that is your total experience of creation. Not only waking is only 1/3. So what I am saying is thrice true. So just by saying thrice true, Gyaneshwari Maharaj has covered all this what I put in words just now. Then in that person, the end to be achieved and the means to be achieved, it gets dissolved and nothing remains for him to do. What our Swamiji says, nothing to do, nowhere to go. This is not possible while you are living as an individual. You will be prompted to do something. I am here, I have to give lecture. Question over. I can't escape from it. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Then how did you come here? Why did you come here? The thought only brought me, no? Or I can say, yeah, that thought came, he prompted that thought, and the body came. I'm watching that the body came here. Now I'm watching that the mouth is speaking. Now I'm watching the eyes are seeing. That is the best way. But how long are we able to hold that disposition? Again, how long are we able to hold that? Means we are trying. We must try. We must try. That what this is happening is by His will. Slowly, everything will dissolve. This feeling that I'm trying, that also will go away. So Bhagwan is telling here that the means and means to achieve it, what is that? The first one was, then in that person the end to be achieved, that means the goal to be achieved and the means. This is what it is. I want to be rich. What is the means? I have to have some business, make some money. I am hungry. That is the goal. I have to fill up my tummy. That is the goal. What is the means? I have to find food somewhere. That is the means. And this is what keeps us in the cyclical creation continuously. The desire prompts action. We do the action, we get satisfied, we determine that satisfaction was satisfactory or not satisfactory, and then that prompts further action. Because I enjoyed eating pizza, so I must next time also again eat pizza, or next time let's try some Sri Lankan food, let's have some hoppers. But something, action keeps happening, and we have to, so here as an individual we are continuously performing, we are having a desire, and to complete that desire we perform action, karma. Now remember the 3, what is the 3 here? Avidya, kama, karma. Ignorance of the self leads to desire, desire leads to action, and so on. And the cycle continues. See? It keeps us in the loop of relativity, in the loop of phenomena. And we have to shoot out of it. For that, you need to generate certain energy. And that energy, that momentum can be provided by our mind becoming focused on the divine. Then we get out of this desire and action business. Ignorance, nobody has seen. You have not seen ignorance. You have not seen ignorance. You have not seen ignorance. We only know desire. And we know that we are acting to satisfy our desire. So this we have to sublimate. And nothing remains for him to do. Once we are one with the divine, who is all that there is, then there is nothing to achieve. There is no desire to achieve anything, and there is nothing to do for you to do to achieve something, because everything you are. As individual, you are feeling that, oh, this world is too much. Bhagwan, please help me, guide me, make me one with me. Either you want to escape from the world, or you want to realize your true potential. Whichever way, it is still a desire. Whether you are running away from the world is also a desire. To recognize your true potential is also a desire. Isn't it? But once you are merged into the totality, once the wave has recognized that it is of the nature of ocean, will it try to run away from other waves? Will it try to perform any action? Does it need to perform any action to realize that it is the ocean? Because it was ocean before, during and after its existence. It was always ocean, or it was water, whichever way you put it. Totality or absolute. Recognize this about yourself. For wave to realize that it is of the nature of ocean, the totality, or water, the absolute, what is that must happen? Why wave is considering itself a wave?
Because it is associated with name and form.
With name and form, nama, rupa. Actually, you are touching water, tasting water, smelling water, but you are calling it wave. That wave is calling it wave. You are calling yourself individual. Why? Where is your attention? I am Swami Paramananda and I have got this form. So many years old, etc., etc. Therefore, what was our name before? It was changed to Brahmachari Deepak when we got initiated. Then, so you disassociate with your old name. But हम भी पक्के हैं, हमारा पासपोर्ट अभी भी उसी नाम पे है. You know, why? It is convenient, that's why. But we should do it. We should change. Every identity with the old name must go away. Then every identity with, because you have cultivated, now you are living Brahmachari Deepak. I am of the nature of light, Deepak. ज्योत से ज्योत जलाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो. हाँ, फिर उसके बाद थोड़ा सा उसका दीपक का ईगो आ गया और फिर चेंज कर दिया. कर लो, क्या कर सकते हो. अब क्या बोला, पहले तो फ्रॉम इंडिविजुअलिटी यू आर टोल्ड यू आर लाइट. Now from light you are told you are the absolute light. Swami Paramananda Saraswati. Now what will you hold on to? Will you go jyot se jyot jalao? Because everything you are, what can you light up? This is the transformation in our acceptance of ourselves. When we get involved in a parampara, whether it is Shankaracharya or Madhavacharya or whichever parampara, in any lineage, this is the Nath Sampradaya, the same way. Now in 186th OV, where are we? तरी सर्व कर्मे आपली तुवा सर्वदा मज अर्पिली तेणे प्रसन्नता लागली आजी हे माझी म्हणवनी येणे प्रसाद बळे नवे झुंजाचेनी आडळे न टाकेची एक वेळे भाळलो तुझ जेणे सप्रपंच अज्ञान जाये एकूमी गोचरू होये ते उपपत्तीचे उपाये गीता रूप हे मी ज्ञान तुझ आपुले नाना परी उपदेशिले येणे अज्ञान जात सांडीवी आले धर्माधर्म जे. Gyaneshwari Maharaj is saying that by dedicating always your actions to me, you have won my grace. Remember one thing, as long as we are considering ourselves to be an individual in our general life, daily life, do you feel you are an individual? Do you feel you are a man or a woman? Do you feel the world is different to you? Do you feel that all these people are separate to me? Do you feel that you are this body? Do you feel that you are hungry, you are thirsty, you are breathing person, that you are afraid of death, blah blah blah? All this is which is according to the body. As long as you feel you are identified with the body, that I am this body, till then your right is only to perform action. Forget about devotion. Only perform action. That is, people don't do that and they want to do meditation straight away. अरे यार पहले का कौन करेगा? They want to, जैसे अपने कहीं पे आता है कि one person, he said he used to eat 8 rotis. So he thought, oh, if I eat 8th roti, I'll be full. So he ate 8th roti first. But will you feel the satiation of hunger? No. So same what we are doing. We want to meditate first. But where is meditation? 8th, Ashtanga Yoga. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranam, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyan, फिर समाधि. And we want to meditate every day for. And what about how do you live your life? I trick him, I manipulate him, I take money under the table, and I get angry if when I am hungry the food doesn't come, and I meditate every day. बेवकूफ बनाते. It is not possible. He is making a fool of himself or herself. If we are body identified, our only job is wherever in life we are placed, we perform. Action will be prompted out of you. I am in this environment, speaking action is getting prompted. From here, when it finishes, driving action will be prompted. Something will happen. This equipment is programmed that way. Dedicate every action to him. That's all our job is. The next stage, he will reveal. He will reveal. Don't take charge that I am going to remember the Lord. No, your job is to remember him, to dedicate all actions to him, take the result of the action as a prasad of his, have an attitude that he alone is performing the action through you, even though you don't know it, but give it the benefit of the doubt. Slowly, you will become expert at looking at or witnessing that, or being aware that everything is happening, man. This is the 4th chapter. Karma and akarma both are happening. Waking, dream, deep sleep are happening. Hunger is happening. Everything is happening. These are just few examples. But to get to that, you are nodding now, all of you, but to be aware of it 24/7, for that purification is required. And for purification, our attention must be on the action, and that action is dedicated to the Lord. Never compromise with that. Never compromise with that. Whether you are cooking, whether you are washing, whether you are walking, whether you are driving, whether you are sleeping, whether you are waking. And this is our Sanatandam. Everything has been incorporated. The moment you wake up, Karagare vasate, Lakshmi karamule, Bhagwan ko yaad kar liya. Pata nahi kaun hai, lekin kar liya Bhagwan ko yaad. So in our mind continuously, the moment you touch the ground, Prithvi Dhrita Loka, immediately remember the Prithvi Mata. The moment you take shower, Gange Yamune Chaiva Godavari Saraswati. The moment you come out, you look at the sun, Om Bhurvua Swatat Savitur Varanyam. every aspect of your life has been divinized in Sanatan Dharma. When you look at it from this point, it's so beautiful, this Sanatan Dharma. It's a way of life. It is not something to be heard and understood. You have to live it. And to live it, we have to practice it. And to practice what? That everything is to be dedicated to the Lord and everything is prasad of the Lord. I'm repeating it again and again. Last class also I repeated this. Here also 2-3 times I am repeating, because people, when we do yama niyama, nobody does yama niyama. Straight away they want to do yoga. They straight away want to do pranayam. अरे यार पहले का कौन करेगा? And then they were, a few months it will be fine. Afterwards all the problems begin. Why? Because they have not learned how to interact with the world properly, which is yama. See? Interact with the world in such a way that you do not disturb the world nor get disturbed by the world. If you don't practice that, sthirta in the asana will not come about. If sthirta is not there, steadiness in asana is not there, then pranayam is not possible. Pranayam is not, ये प्राणायाम नहीं है. कई लगे थे, तुम कभी देखो, खींचते हैं फिर नीचे करते हैं. All that is not pranayam. That is pranayam. देखो pranayam, true pranayam will be what? True pranayam will be whenever you take, is breathing pranayam? Is breathing pranayam? I am asking. No. It is natural process, isn't it? Then what is pranayam? When we regulate the natural breath by will, then it is called pranayam. You are moving, hands are moving here, hands are moving there, you are walking. Is it called yoga? No. When you take control of the body and move it in a particular way, then it is called yoga. देखो. So, when you do yoga, ego is coming up, willpower is coming up. When you do pranayam, willpower is coming up. But our job is to merge the will into the divine. Where are we merging? We are exercising will. नजर का अंदाज है. You have to shift your vision to think in a different way. So when we do yama niyama, niyama is interacting with yourself in such a way that your habits don't become a problem to you. Physical, mental, intellectual. Because we are, most of the time we are talking to ourselves. When these two things are not worked out, sthirta at asana level will not come. देखो, इसलिए ये बार बार बोला जा रहा है. Again and again it is being told, perform action as an offering to the divine. Every action will give a result. Take it as a prasad of the divine. Don't expect any prasad, but whatever comes, take it as a prasad. In the right frame of mind, non-judgmental, without likes and dislikes. Prasad, you never say I like it or I don't like it. No, just take it, gulp it. By dedicating always your actions to me, you have won my grace. On the strength of this grace, you will overcome all the obstacles in this war. I have become so fond of you. When does someone get fond of someone? When someone is continuously thinking of someone, isn't it? Yesterday I was thinking of someone. अभी आज की बात है. Yesterday I was thinking in the afternoon while I was lying down. Suddenly their thought came and I was thinking, यार बहुत दिनों से बात नहीं की और फिर पता नहीं कब नींद लग गई दोपहर में. And today I said, no, I must call them. So I called. And the moment they picked up, Swamiji, were you thinking of me yesterday? मैंने कहा हाँ, इस समय मैं सो रहा था तब मेरे को ध्यान आया. हाँ, उसी समय मेरे को भी बहुत इच्छा हुई, but I was in the middle of work. I couldn't give a call also. देखो, if I have to call Samida, I have to, this is our puja. What is the first step in puja? Dhyanam. What is after that dhyanam? Avahanam. After avahanam, asanam. Isn't it? So what is dhyanam? You have to think of a person. Only when that person comes into your mental awareness, then you will make a phone call. Arey yaar, hai na? Aa jao kabhi. Then they will come. Avahanam, you call them. Then asanam, when they come, you give them a seat. उसके बाद जो बाकी के steps हैं. But will you call someone without remembering them? Can you call someone without remembering them? Not possible. You have to necessarily remember the person, and if you remember fondly, lovingly, then that will express in your speech. गुस्से में याद किया तो फोन उठाती, अबे तेरी की अभी तक गाली दे के खत्म. बट भगवान कह रहे हैं, आई एम फॉन्ड ऑफ यू, यू डू एवरीथिंग फॉर मी, everything will fall in place because Bhagwan knows that He is all inclusive. He is all that there is. There is nothing outside of Him. And anyone who thinks of Him will have His grace. Whether they win or lose, that is not the point. But they will be successful. Our measurement of success is only if I defeat that person, then I am successful. Isn't it? Sometimes in defeat also it is success. Krishna Bhagwan defeated Jarasan for 17 times. 18th time he ran away. 18th time he ran away from Vrindavan, Mathura. 17 times he defeated Jarasan. The entire army of Jarasan was annihilated. But Teddy Poonch hai. He'll keep attacking. And it is pathetic, yaar. All these people are dying for no reason. Chalo, is bar, we can never be peaceful here. Every year he will come and attack. Every year our people will also die. His people will also die. Then he moved to Dwarka. In Mahabharat war, he made, I will not pick up the weapon. He is taking a step back. He is all powerful. If he stands, nobody else has to fight. War will be over. There was one more person who could have finished the war like Krishna. You know who? In one moment, one arrow, he would have finished the entire war. Who was he?
Was it Balaram?
Balram, he did not take part.
Bhishma.
Rama, Sri Rama.
No, Ram, Mahabharat man.
Barbarika.
Barbarik, Bhima's grandson. Barbarik. He is known as Khatu Shyam. In Rajasthan, his temple is there. Khatu Shyam. He is on the top of a mountain, his head is there. Barbarik, his name was Barbarik. He was a Devi Upasak. And he has perfected himself to this extent that if he shot the arrow, the Mahabharata was Pandavas. So he asked Krishna, what should I do? Krishna said, shoot an arrow so that your head is severed. You can't take part in this war because it will be unfair. अभी महाभारत आपको बहुत पढ़नी है. You think you know Mahabharata. There are many hidden secrets which we have overlooked. You see? So here Bhagwan is saying that by dedicating always, very important, sada, always your actions to me, you have won my grace. So Bhagwan also, whom do you love? Wife, what does she say? The husband should always usko niharte rahe. Husband also should, what does he love? The wife must say, you are the most handsome man in my life. If she by mistake says, oh, that fellow is more handsome, either jealousy shuru. Then he'll start finding faults in her, or she will start find faults in him. Dhire dhire the strife begins. Bhagwan, he says, give all your attention to me. If you don't give all your attention, my fondness to you, even though I love everyone equally, but it is directly proportional to one's availability to me. The sun is equally available to everyone, but it is directly proportional to who comes out of the bed at 7 o'clock in the morning. If you don't open the window and say why the sun has not come out, it's not sun's fault. He is already out. He is always out. See? So similarly, electricity is always on, the phone is always on. If the phone is not on and you complain why my phone is not working, whose fault is it? Is it the frequency fault? No. So you have to become the receiver. We have to become the eligible receiver. How do you become the receiver? Perform all actions for him. That is how we become a perfect receiver, a refined, with no errors in our personality, where we are totally convinced that everything is happening by his will. Let thy will prevail, not mine. मजा आता है, सोच सोच के ही मजा आता है. On the strength of this grace, you will overcome all the obstacles in this war. All the obstacles. But Pandavas or Arjuna could say, my son has died, Abhimanyu has died, you said I will overcome all obstacles. I have seen so many of our kings have died, you said I will overcome all obstacles. Majority of army we are less than the Kauravas, and more than half the army was already killed by Bhishma, Charya. And you are saying that all the obstacles will be overcome? It sounds not correct, isn't it? So you have to understand, what is the ultimate goal? Ultimate goal, is it to win the war? Does it matter for Bhagwan who wins the war? No. Does it matter to the sun if there is a day and there is night? Does it matter? No. Does it matter to the water if there is an ocean or a wave or a tsunami or a tide? Does it matter to the water? No. Does it matter to Bhagwan whether there is a war or no war, there is victory and defeat? No. Then what is Bhagwan talking about? Ultimately, all the obstacles are not outside. They are in our attitude. How we are approaching the situation that life is presenting to us. That same Yudhishthir, he was also dedicated to Krishna. He had never told lies. Yet, when Krishna told Bhim that tell Yudhishthir that the Ashwathama is dead. Why did he say it if he's so committed to truth? Why did he say? He's Dharmaraj Yudhishthir. How come he told lies? It was not a complete lie, it was a half lie, but it was a lie. Why did he say it?
Because Krishna said.
Exactly, because Krishna has ordered. His dedication is towards Krishna. Yudhishthir had no doubt about who Krishna is. Bhima, He doesn't know who Krishna is, or he loves Krishna to death, we can say, but he has other commitments. I want to drink the blood of Dushasana. That is his motivation. Nakul, Sahadev, they have got no agenda of them. Whatever Yudhishthir Baba Bhaiya says, we will do that. Arjuna is the roly-poly. So therefore Bhagavad Gita was given to him. The others did not need Bhagavad Gita. They were clear. Only Arjuna was the confused one. In the middle. दो ऊपर दो नीचे, ये बीच में. पेंडुलम की तरह. See? So Bhagwan is saying here, on the strength of this grace, you will overcome all the obstacles in this war. Now take it subjectively also. Where is the war raging? It is raging in our mind. Me versus you, this versus that. In the class also sometimes we are listening to the class, but their sleep is catching us from inside. War in our mind, isn't it? So we have to overcome that war in our mind. And once we have the right attitude towards this turmoil in our mind, the world outside automatically sorts itself out. Because the whole world is just a reflection of a projection of your mind. See? Just like in dream, the mind alone becomes or expresses or manifests as the entire dream world. Everything in the dream. People, mind, past, future, birth, death, etc. So also it is happening in the waking. We don't know it because we are identified with only this body. When we dedicate our mind to the Lord, and slowly He starts absorbing us like sleep absorbs us at night. When He absorbs us and we remain conscious, this body identification, without you knowing, without doing yoga, pranayam, pratyahara, dharana, dhyan, nothing, just performing the actions correctly by dedicating to Him, all those steps will, without your knowledge, happen. When they don't happen, then you do asana, pranayama. See? I explain to you with reasoning as well as illustration in the form of the Gita that knowledge dispels ignorance along with worldly existence and sees me alone present everywhere. Bhagwan is the reality. Water is the reality for the oceans, for the waves, for the tsunamis, for the tides, for the froth, for the drops, water drops, everything. Water is the substratum. It is permeating, it is present everywhere. See? And what is wave has a form. It begins from here, it ends there. A tide also you can have a bigger form. Tsunami also you can have a bigger form. Ocean, we can't see the line of demarcation between two oceans, but in general we know from approximately this point the Indian Ocean begins and here the Bay of Bengal ends. But there is no line there, but you know that it has been defined. Where is Bay of Bengal? Between Burma and east coast of India. Where is Arabian Sea? Between Arabia and west coast of India. Can Arabian Sea come to the south of India? Not possible. So we have a location. Where is Arabian Sea? Where is the location of water? What is the shape of the water? What is the shape? No shape. Everywhere. Center everywhere, circumference nowhere. You are that. Bhagwan is that. And therefore he says, I am present everywhere. And what is this Bhagavad Gita? I told you in some other class also. Our highest of our knowledge is where? Vedas, isn't it? What is the crux of Vedas are Karma Kand, Upasana Kand and Jnana Kand. Karma Kand is all about the Havan and all the invocation of various gods and everything. Satisfying your desires. That is 70% of the Vedas. Then about 20-25% of the Vedas, majority people get stuck in that only because they want to satisfy their desires. And they think they have got great siddhis because they can satisfy their desires as well as desires of other people. But what is karma kand it is called, no? So how is karma to be done? As a dedication to the divine. Have they done that? No. They are more focused on action. I am doing the action. I must do it correct. Oh, I did what? I did not wash my hands after doing this. Oh, I did not put oil after that. Oh, I did not. I touched that without purifying myself, etc., etc. Oh, I forgot to do the sankalpa, and I am already in the middle of the puja, and all drama begins. So they caught up and they feel guilty after that. But if we do puja, if we do karma as a dedication to the divine, we must keep perfecting it consciously. Karma can never be perfect. There will always be truti in it. There will always be some mistake that happens. Because body is not perfect. The karmendriyas are not perfect, they are continuously changing. As much as you know how to pronounce everything properly, but when some mistake will happen somewhere. Kumbhakaran was very well educated in Shastras and everything. When he wanted the wound from the Brahmaji, Saraswati came and said, changed. Let me sleep for 6 months and be awake for 6 months. Same way, we also make some mistakes. Sometimes we don't, and afterwards we realize, "Arey, yaar, kya bol diya?" And therefore, at the end of every puja, what is that? Kayena vacha manasendriya buddhyatmanava prakriti karome yadya sakalam parasmai narayana iti samarpaya. But that is in retrospect. Because you know that no action can ever be perfect. Then comes the upasana. If you are continuously performing the karma kand as an offering to the Lord, slowly the karma becomes secondary, contemplation on the divine becomes primary. For how did we begin? Divine was secondary, karma was primary. Now karma has become secondary and your focus on the divine has become primary. When your focus becomes primary on the Lord or the divine, then what are the mantras? Purusha Suktam, Narayana Suktam, Ganapati Atharva, Devi Suktam, Medha Suktam, Shri Suktam. All these are to expand your mind. It is not to recognize the divine, it is to expand the divine, the potentiality of the mind. And as long as you are practicing it, their grace will be there. The day you stop, the grace goes. Try. As long as you are meditating, you do some pranayama and all that, you are in meditation. But after some time, meditation breaks. The world again, अरे बाप रे यार काम पे जाना है, ट्रेन मिस हो जाएगी. But you didn't have this thought in the meditation. You don't have the thought of hunger in the meditation. But the moment you wake up, oh, everything is there. Oh, I have to iron my clothes, I have to have breakfast, I am running late. Oh man, every day I am always rushing. How do we convert that experience of the divine in meditation outside also? Then comes the Upanishad, the Vedanta, that is the Jnana in the Vedas. How many hundreds of Upanishads are there? We will be studying. We are already on the third or fourth one, I think. Kathopanishad we are doing right now. After this will be Taittiriya. और ऐत्रेय देखते हैं क्या है. And then Upanishads, they tell you, hey, what are you looking for outside? Everything is you only. Whatever you are, that Narayana, that Shiva, that Parama, the waker is the, yes, just a simple, I'm just, because he's using the word Gita, I'm trying to tell you the importance of Gita. But this preamble is necessary. So, just like we are waker, dreamer and sleeper every night, this is at our individual level. At totality level also there is a waker, dreamer, sleeper. Who is that waker? Total waker is called Vishnu. Who is the total dreamer? He is called Brahma. Who is the total sleeper? He is called Shiva. Oh, I didn't know that. Acha, now you say. So how do I become total? Chant Vishnu Sahasranam. You will come to him. Oh, how do I overcome sleep? Chant Rudram. You will become awake. How do I become awake in waking? You remember the Creator? And by doing that, what will happen? You will recognize all of them are you only, because you know the waking, dream and sleep coming and going every day. Who is that one who knows Brahma, Vishnu coming and going in the total cycle? Oh, that is Ishvara. Oh, and he and me are one? Yes, you are one. Does he have any form? No. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh have form. What about Ishvara? He has no form. If you want it with form, we can make one, no problem. But essentially he is without form. Essentially he is without attributes. And I am that. Yes, you are that. Vedanta takes you in that direction. This is only possible after your mind has become single pointed. If your mind is still in Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, if your mind is still in body identification, studying of Upanishads is like giving bow and arrow in the hand of a monkey. कहाँ मार देगा पता नहीं. Same way. And one monkey was Ravan. He also was very well versed in scriptures, but didn't use it properly. Another monkey was Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. They were also very well educated. He destroyed all Vishnu's murtis and put his murtis instead. See? ऐसे हो जाता है. When this happens, then Mahatma starts saying, pray to me. He becomes more important. See? So Vedanta, Veda, Karma Kand, Upasana Kand, Jnana Kand, which is called Upanishads. The essence of all the Upanishads is Bhagavad Gita. Upanishads only teach you about that you are the infinite. Bhagavad Gita teaches you how to be that infinite even while living. Even while living. In Upanishads you will not find Vishada Yoga. In Upanishads you will not find Karma Kand. You will not find, because already that has been done and dusted. Upasana has been done and dusted. Then the student has come to a teacher. Now I have done all that, finished all that. Still I am not finding the answer. Please guide me. Then the Upanishads begin. He has already worked out the world, gross and subtle. Then he comes to Vedanta. So what has he settled and worked out? That is also addressed in Bhagavad Gita. Without diluting it, keeping the attention always on the divine. So here in Bhagavad Gita, what is the heart of Bhagavad Gita? If you want to just in one line, the last verse that we did, Manmana Manabhavat Bhaktaha, where are we? कहाँ गया यार वो? मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो मद्याजीमां नमस्कुरु मामे वैश्यसि सत्यं ते प्रतिजाने प्रियोसि मे. And in this manner, the Bhagwan is Gyaneshwari Maharaj. He says, I have explained to you with reasoning as well as illustrations in the form of the Gita that knowledge dispels ignorance along with worldly existence and sees me alone present everywhere. What does this mean? Does this mean that we'll stop seeing the world? We'll see divine everywhere? Is it like that? Does a Mahatma see Bhagwan everywhere? But I see Mahatma also getting hungry. I see Mahatma also wanting to go to having bladder pressure. I see Mahatma also wanting to take shower. Some of them, not every, Avdhuts don't. I see Mahatma also saying, hey, call that person, don't call that person. If he's saying, I feel like eating this, or call that person, or bring me that chair or that charpai, that means his attention is on the form, isn't it? Is it then? How is he a Mahatma then? So what is the Gyaneshwar Maharaj talking about? Gyaneshwar Maharaj, he is already knowing himself. Gyaneshwar Maharaj already is a self-realized master. After self-realization, he is giving this commentary on Gyaneshwari. Ramchandra ji is already a realized master after Yoga Vashishta, 16 years old. After that, he went with Vishwamitra, killed Tadka and all that, and then Ahalya Uddhar, and then got married to Sita, who was also realized. But after realization, he continued living life. He cried, he lost Sita, he killed Ravana, he built the bridge, he came back, he ruled. King Janaka, 14 PD, 14 generations of the Janakas, they are called King Janakas. All of them are realized. All of them are kings, Rajarshi, and continuing to run the country, called Mithila. So, does it mean that realization means go and live in a cave? Does realization mean not doing what is required to be done? Does realization mean everything is Bhagwan? Stand in front of the elephant. No, he is also Bhagwan, I am also Bhagwan. Let him do what he wants. Does it mean that? And what does realization mean here? What does this transformation in the vision, what does it merging into the totality, that to see that he is present everywhere mean? If senses are there, the senses will see something. The ears will still hear the sounds. The legs will still walk. The hand will still hold. The mind will continue to have thoughts. Then what does it mean that the student or the devotee has come to, by the grace of the divine, come to see the presence of the divine everywhere? Is it that, like they show in the photographs, that every tree there is Krishna, every leaf there is Krishna, every cow there is Krishna? Is it like that you will start seeing Krishna, Krishna everywhere? Is that what Krishna means? Krishnamayam Jagat. Is that what Krishnamayam Jagat means? It may happen to some people. It all up to each one's bhavana. But understand, Krishna is your soul, is the life that is expressing through here. Every thought, every action, every experience, every event of life, something is always going to happen. If it brings you back to, if it reminds you of the divinity that is expressing through you as this life, that is what it is. And who is this divinity? It's not only this divinity, only I can access it here. But once I access it, what is its nature? It's all pervasive. Once the wave comes to know it is water, then it doesn't stop being a wave, it continues to be a wave. But the waveness is gone. The individual for others will continue to be this body, but the individuality is gone. What is individuality? identity of consciousness with this body. That is gone. Then where has the consciousness gone? It has expanded to include everything. These are words, but it must happen. This happens in in deep sleep. In deep sleep, all identification goes away. Can we bring it about while being awake? That it does, the variety, the body, the senses, the mind, the thoughts, the waker, dreamer, sleeper, or the world, even though it is present, it does not have an impact on the consciousness that I am. This is what it is. Etadvaitata. This is what it is. अभी कल का याद आ रहा है. This is what it is. And this is Bhagavad Gita. On the strength of this knowledge disclosed to you in various ways, get rid of your ignorance which gives rise to righteous and unrighteous actions. What did Nachiket in Kathopanishad ask? Anyatra dharmad adharma. ऐसी था ना? Dharmad adharmat cha. Krita kritat cha. What is that which is other than dharma and adharma, righteousness and unrighteousness? What is other than doer, kritak, akritat, by other than doing and non-doing? What is that? And we just concluded that. Etad vaitata, this is that. See, same thing Bhagavan is saying here. We have to go beyond opposites. Duality begins from body identification. You cannot drop body identification. All you can do is, while being identified with the body, perform actions for his sake, focus on him who is all encompassing, and vanish from, let this identification dissolve by itself, just like it happens in sleep. Let it happen by itself. You cannot make it happen. All you can do is remember the divine, focus on the divine, work for the divine, have bhav for the divine, and it will all happen only when we study Bhagavad Gita. Our respect, reverence, dedication, commitment to the Bhagavan becomes more and more and more and more, and we see that life is useless if I have not lived for this purpose, to merge into the divine. And therefore, having said this, that dharma, adharma, ze, give up ignorance by giving up righteousness and unrighteous actions. Actions can, I told you, they can never be perfect. Karma can never be perfect. You can do your best, there will be some truti. So immediately where there is truti, it becomes adharma. तो पश्चाताप करना पड़ता है कि नहीं? तो जब तक ईगो है, as long as ego is there, sense of doership is there, sense of kartapan is there, then you have to do पश्चाताप also. But how do I, यार ये तो खत्म ही नहीं होता साला, then I will do something more, again there will be mistake, again I have to do पश्चाताप. When will I realize then? Now we come to the 66th verse. Bhagavan says, Sarvadharman parityajya, Sarvadharman parityajya, Mamekam sharanam vraja, Mamekam sharanam vraja, Aham tva sarva papebhyo, Aham tvam sarva papebhyo, Mokshayishyami ma shuchaha, Mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. Together, Sarvadharman parityajya, Mamekam sharanam vraja, Aham tvam sarva papebhyo, Mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. Sarvadharman parityajya. Parityajya means give up. See, if we want immortality, if we want that ekameva dvitiya, experienceless experience, Upanishad say, Tyage naike amritatva manashu. Only by giving up immortality can be gained. Here Bhagavan is saying, Sarva dharman parityajya. Parityajya, give up. Let go of all duties, of all dharma. And do what? Means give up the sense of doership in everything. Seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting, thinking, conceptualizing, acting, everything. That I am the waker, I am the dreamer, I am the sleeper, I am the meditator, I am sannyasi, I am grahastha, blah, 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 blah. We have got so many definitions for ourselves, and in every role or definition that expresses at any given moment, we feel, this is my duty. At this moment, my duty is to speak. My duty is to listen. When the class is over, then only these two are left. My duty is towards my husband, or husband is my duty is towards my wife. Or both of their duty, it is our duty to take care of the house. We must make sure that it is locked before we go to sleep. Not like Stanton, leave everything open. Sarva dharman parityajya. Go beyond dharma. Here our goal is not to establish the world. That is not our goal. Our goal is to merge into the divine. To merge into the divine, our sense of righteousness, which is very limited from ego point of view, that has to be given up. What can ego know what is right and what is wrong? Does it? You are identified with one body, first mistake, and on top of that you are saying, I know what is right and what is wrong. Bigger mistake. Only he who is having the total vision, that he is able to see the total scheme of things, who seeing the total scheme of life, he is able to present the total scheme of life as Bhagavad Gita, Moksha Sanyaasa Yoga. 18th chapter we are doing. Systematically, because he knows the total picture, he knows the total cycle. Therefore, from Vishad to Karma to Bhakti to Dhyan to Bhakti to expansion to the Gunatita, Daiva Sampatti, and slowly to all the obstacles that come along the way. These are all the various stages of obstacles. But every obstacle is an opportunity to expand further. And eventually he has brought you to Moksha Sannyasa Yoga, that even the idea of liberation you have to give up. But it was necessary. Till 17th chapter it was necessary. You hold on to the thought of moksha. But when you come to in 18th chapter also you begin with that. But now where we are, you have to give up the thought of moksha also. That's why the chapter is titled Moksha Sannyasa Yoga. Sannyas of moksha. See? When you start thinking in a different angle, it's अपना वही तकिया कलाम, हाँ, it is मोक्ष संन्यास योगो नामा अथ अष्टा. It's not like that. You have to be available to the subtle nuances that are hidden behind the words, in the scheme of the words, the idea that is being presented. Sometimes we take it very literally. Go beyond dharma, go beyond righteous and unrighteous. Sarva dharman parityajya, give up all duties. Acha, from today I will not do my duty. I will not do duty of my wife. I will not do the duty of husband. I don't feel, it's sarva dharman. I will not do the duty of giving satsang. I will keep quiet. Sarva dharman parityajya. Then do what? Mamekam sharanam vraya. I will go into myself. This is a wrong understanding. So here he says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. O Arjun, give up all sense of righteousness and unrighteousness and dedicate your mind. Mamekam sharanam vraja. come. Arjuna is already told in the second chapter what? Shishyasteham shadhi mam tvam prapannam. Isn't it? He told, I am your disciple. What does a disciple do? He changes for the teacher. Sharanam Vraja. What was that? Shishyasteham shadhi mam tvam prapannam. Prapannam is, I am surrendered at your feet. See? At feet of whom? So, Shishyasteham, as a Shishya, he has taken Krishna as Bhagwan as Lord, as the teacher, Guru. And as Prapannam, when he says Shadimam Tvam Prapannam, he has taken Bhagwan as the Lord himself. Guru and Lord are one only. Guru Gobind Dou Khode Kake Lagu Paye. Whose feet should I go to? I must go to the feet of my Guru because he is the instrumental in taking me to the Lord. But here we have got Guru and Lord both in one. And he has taken those positions many times. Till 6th chapter he was the Guru. From 7th chapter onwards, slowly he started showing glimpses that he is the Lord. And when he gave the full vision of his being the Lord, Arjuna couldn't handle it. 11th chapter. But he got the glimpse. Sometimes one glimpse is enough. But he wanted to know, then what next? How do I know you completely? Then the 13th chapter began. See? Abandoning all duties, take refuge in me alone, and aham tva sarva papebhya mokshayeshvami ma shucha. Don't worry. Bhagwan is giving assurance to him. Don't worry. Aham tva sarva, I will take away all your papas. Sarva papebhya mokshayeshyami ma shucha, and will grant you the liberation. Not to worry. Bhagwan, from Bhagwan's point of view, what is moksha? He is of the nature of moksha. ड्रामा चल रहा है, कृष्ण लीला चल रही है, नथिंग इज सीरियस. Chapter is Moksha Sanyaasa, and here he is saying, I'll give you moksha. Totally opposite. सोचने वाली बात है. You think. Topic is give up idea of moksha, the desire for moksha, and here he is saying, come, I'll give you moksha. You surrender yourself to me. Contradiction again. So here Bhagwan says, Gyaneshwari Maharaj says, Asha jaisi dukhate vyali ninda durite he aso jaise dainyate durbhagatva taise swarga naraka suchaka ajnana vyale dharmadika ते सांडू निघाली अशेख ज्ञाने येणे हाती घेऊन तो दोरू सांडीजे जैसा सर्पाकारू का निद्रा त्यागे चराचारू घराचारू स्वप्नीचा जैसा नाना सांडिलेनी कवळे चंद्रीचे धुवे पिवळे व्याधी त्यागे कडुवाळे पण मुखाचे अगा दिवसा पाठी देऊनी मृगजळ घापे त्यजुनी का काष्ठ त्यागे क्वन्ही त्यजिजे जैसा तैसे धर्म अधर्माचे टवाळ दावी अज्ञान जे कामूळ ते त्यजुनी त्यजी सकळ धर्मच जात. He says, Gyaneshwari Maharaj says, from hope springs misery, from slander sin, and from misfortune poverty. In the same way, because of ignorance, religious and irreligious acts leading to heaven and hell have come into being. Why depression comes? Why sadness comes in our life? Because there is expectation. Expectation here very nicely they are written hope. Never hope for anything. I hope this happens. I hope I become well. I hope there is no world war. I hope the prices of go down. Oh. And if it doesn't happen, are you going to cry? अरे face what is there. Okay, आज ये है, कम खाओ. जब कम है, when the price is less, buy extra and keep it in the fridge if you want. But deal with what is there today. But we live in the hope of tomorrow. What is happening when we live in the hope of tomorrow? We are not living in the present. And the only option we have is to function in the present. And again, when tomorrow becomes present for us, again we are hoping for the day after. Again we are missing out the present. And this way we are committing sabotage on a daily basis in the hope that tomorrow will be better. You make today, now you make it better. How? Live this moment in 100% with inspiration, with complete dedication to the divine. See? Where there is hope, there is anxiety if it doesn't meet your hopes, which eventually leads to depression, suicide, etc. From hope springs misery, and that is misery where पूरा संतुलन बिगड़ जाता है. Your balance of mind is disturbed. From slander, sin. So when we talk ill about other people, and we are committing sin. You think you are talking about other people. You think you are becoming angry at other people. Other person is not even there and you are angry at that person. That person doesn't even know that you are angry. So who is the anger affecting? You, your mind, your heart. It is corrupting you. That is sin. That is sin. So if at all you want to think good, think positive, think wholesome. And from misfortune, poverty. In the same way, because of ignorance about what? We have, here it says, because of ignorance, religious and irreligious acts leading to heaven and hell have come into being. That means heaven and hell don't exist. If you are happy right now, you are in heaven. If you are miserable right now, you are in hell. What do you mean by misery? Hopes lead to misery. You are in hell. Slander leads to sin. You are in hell. If misfortune leads to poverty, if you are in poverty, it leads to hell. You feeling that you are not good enough. We compare ourselves to others, that how unfortunate I am, how life or God has played a wrong dice when it comes to me. But we don't thank for all that He has given to us. Without asking, He has given you breath. Without asking, your five senses are functioning. Without asking, the hunger comes at the right time. Without asking, the sleep comes at the right time. Without asking, you wake up at the right time. Or even if you wake up late, doesn't matter, but you wake up. So we only count our misfortunes. We don't count how fortunate we are in life, that we have a life. And what can we do with this life if we have got this life? Instead of dedicating it to the divine, we are dedicating it to what I don't have. What He didn't give me. Why He gave it to others and why He didn't give it to me. You deserved it, that's why. This is your way to Him. In spite of this, you have to bring your attention to the divine. That we will not do. See? And therefore, on this earth, Sanatan Dharma is not a religion. Understand this. Sanatan Dharma, Sanatan, eternal, Dharma, the way of life. It is not a religion. Everyone, past, present, future, born or unborn, in gross or subtle or causal state, including gods, they are all Sanatani. After that, depending upon their bhavana, religions came about. Then you got Hindu. We never called ourselves Hindu religion. Other people called us Hindu, so we started accepting ourselves as Hindu people. But we are not Hindu. We are Sanatani. Hindu word came because we were living on the other side of the Indus River. So who are those people? The Hindu people. What are the religious practices they do? Oh, they practice Hindu religion. That is Hindu religion. Then came, after many years, came Buddhism. Then came Christianity. Then came Islam. But then came non-believing in the divine also. But all these thoughts are only streams of the Sanatana Dharma. In our Upanishads, nihilism is already taken care of. Those people who believe this world is all that there is, we don't know about past and we don't know about future, this is also addressed in our scriptures. In the Upanishad, in the Bhashya of Shankaracharya, you will all this is addressed. In the Bhashya of Vyasa, this is all addressed. See, Vaisheshikas. What we see is real. Story over. That world is cyclical. Buddhists say unke all mandalas are there now. Everything is cyclical. We also say that thought, where has it come into Buddhism? It has come from Sanatana Dharma only. But what have they done? They have delved deep into it, and they have, where there are 3 samadhis, what is it? Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi, they have expanded them and made into 14 samadhis. That same Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi, there are many stages, so they have made it into 14. But original it is our Sanatana Dharma only. Tantra, where it came in Buddhism from? From Sanatana Dharma only. Did Buddha say go against the Hindu religion or Sanatana Dharma? He never said. See. So when it comes to religion thrives on 2 things. What is that? Why did religion come in between? Because man was not ready to give up all his duties and accept the divine, which was formless and attributeless. So religion came, hey, you need a medium to reach the divine? Okay, this is God, this is Shiva, this is Brahma, this is Vishnu, so on and so forth. Where is it coming? It's coming in the Vedas only. There they have not given the picture of, in Vedas there is no picture of, at least what I know, there is no form given there. But once you come to Puranas, the form is also given for those same Narayana or that Vishnu or that Shiva. The form is presented in the Shiva Puran, Vishnu Puran, Ganpati Puran, different Puranas are there. Because as time is passing, mind wants more and more support. In Satyuga, minimum support was required. In Treta Yuga, little bit of support was required. In Dwapara Yuga, more support was required. In Kali Yuga, only support is required. And only some of you are here who, yes, you are taking the support of this satsang, and that is the traditional way of teaching for ages. But very few are able to suss out, intuitively be in tune with the topic under discussion. And what is the topic under discussion? The divinity. Very few are being subjective, that the divinity that is being talked about is at this very moment expressing as life through this equipment. And that I essentially am. I may not know it fully, but I am that. Our attention goes on the words, our attention goes on the delivery of words or the emotions that the words are invoking in our heart. But it is not going to the consciousness that we are. See? सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः ॐ पूर्णमदा पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ. Just sit quietly for a moment. Hari Om.